What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends NFL podcast back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak, and we've got the 2019 Week 13 Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions episode. I got Bret, Detroit Lions fan, on the show. What's up, Bret? Thanks for coming back on.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm glad to be back, especially for this one.
Yeah, it's a good one to get you back. Bears and Lions dueling it out on Thanksgiving was a big game for both teams. Now, the Lions had some breaking news going into this game, starting third-string, undrafted rookie quarterback David Blough out of the University of Purdue, a Big Ten guy, so we both should know him a little bit. I didn't watch a lot of Purdue. Did you see much of David Blough at Purdue, and what were your impressions?
He is one of those names with, obviously with the Big Ten, being a fan in the Big Ten, you hear these names, but he wasn't somebody that necessarily stood out to me, especially getting the attention nationally.
Yeah, just another guy.
Right, and I guess the biggest moment I remember him in was his performance last year against Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
In that blowout victory that they had. He had like close to 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, super high passer rating. Other than that, I know that he went undrafted, and then all of a sudden he was starting for the Lions on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's a hell of an opportunity for the young guy, to get the start on national TV on Thanksgiving. Going into kickoff on Thanksgiving, what were your thoughts? Did you think that Blough could keep it competitive, or were you worried, or how were you feeling about this quarterback making his first start?
Well, to be honest, like any fan would think, I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
But this, with the Lions and the way that their season has gone, this was the perfect opportunity for it. Maybe not on the national stage that it was for Thanksgiving. That's some jitters for anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if you've been starting for 10 years, let alone your first snap of the season happening, on prime time on Thanksgiving. But I had my doubts, and I had Kenny Galladay on my fantasy team, and he's one of the top performers wide receiver-wise throughout the season, and I contemplated back and forth before I finally decided to bench him and then tell my dad that I bet I said the first play of the game is a 70-yard touchdown to Kenny Galladay. Well, I was wrong.
Damn.
Not by much, because it was the first possession, and it was a 75-yarder. When that happened, I expressed it out very loud, but I knew that, okay, I can't go into every single thought process with, now being the first time the third-string quarterback starting, it's going to be a negative situation. I mean, he's a professional. I know we've seen a lot of crazy things, whether it's rookies not performing well or rookies performing way beyond how they should. But really, I thought it was going to be an embarrassing day for the Lions, and quite the opposite.
Yeah, he held his own pretty well. I went in thinking, I was confident going up against Jeff Driscoll. I thought that we could get the win. Going up against David Blough, a guy I didn't know much about, only knowing that he's a third stringer, an undrafted rookie, making his first start, I said, this is an opportunity for the Bears to take advantage of it. And I was like, I don't care how, just get the win. And that's all that I cared. And I was like, so going up against a rookie in his first start, that's going to make it a little bit easier. So, but in the end, I was very impressed with how David Blough looked for you guys. For the Bears...
Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, so for the Bears, I mean, if you go back to last year, on Thanksgiving, it was Matthew Stafford against Chase Daniel. This year, Mitch Trubisky's finally getting his first career start on Thanksgiving. We're having bad luck getting these two starters lined up. We've been wanting to see Stafford Trubisky on Thanksgiving, and we just can't get it.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. Yeah, especially like I said with last year that we had to get that matchup. And not that it was a bad matchup. I mean, Chase Daniel has a lot of, he had a lot more potential up to this point. And again, yeah, he's a professional, but like you said, that QB1 matchup is what everybody was hoping for, especially, with the rivalry that it is within the division and the day of being Thanksgiving. Like, you want to see, that the best performances are going to come when it's your best players out there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, we had two good games, luckily, but it's not going to turn out that way. It's not saying that if Stafford and Trubisky were to go up against each other, that it would have been a great game. But going into it, it would have been a little bit more. It would have been a little more of an ease to know that, like, all right, both of these teams are going to be playing at their highest level on the national scale here.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want both teams to be 100% and at their best. You don't want injuries clouding, being like, well, this injury is the reason you won, or this injury is the reason you lost. It's always better when everyone's at full strength. But hey, turned out to be a great game. Let's get into this one. Bears' focus going in has to be on starting fast. Going into the game, the Bears had scored 0 points in their last 5 first quarters. So that was an issue.
Yeah, that's something that they needed to address. And, I mean, against this, I hate to say it, but against this Lions defense, that's where you need to figure it out or it may not get figured out.
Now, I have a question on that because there's been some talk. The Lions, Matt Patricia was hired. He's a defensive coach, right? He's the head coach, and last year the defense was decent, was pretty good. This year the Lions have fallen to 29th ranked defensively, and there's been some confusion about, as of late, who the defensive play caller has been, whether it's Paul Pasqualoni, the defensive coordinator, or whether Matt Patricia's taken over defensive play calling. Have you heard anything on that, or what's your opinion on that?
I know that they, with bringing Bevel in, it allowed Patricia to focus more on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't already, because, like you said, he's a huge defensive-minded coach. With the Patriots for so long, and that had to be the expectation. And you would think that from like last year, with their defense being as good as it was, and then the offensive coordinator change, that would be even more beneficial for him and his mindset as far as the defensive-minded coach goes. But now, honestly, I don't know. I feel like they're changing things up week by week.
Yeah.
When it comes to the play calls, I don't know for sure, but things are not. Something is, the communication between the players on the field and the coaches is not present, and I don't know if and it comes back to the head coach regardless of the kind of coach that he is, because you have, he has to take care of both sides of the ball.
Yep. That's what I'm.
It's disappointing to know that you have had a coach who's been so successful defensively, and has won some championships or Super Bowls, being the defensive coordinator, to becoming a head coach and your team dropping down to, like you said, 29-30, and then to speak on that, somehow the Patriots without him now are like number one defense. Yeah,
it's very interesting how those coordinators under Belichick come out and don't always have the same success without him. So I mean, from an outsider looking in at Patricia and the Lions, we'll see. Maybe he can get it turned around next year. But are you sold on Patricia? You want him back next year, or what's your feeling on Patricia as head coach?
Well, it's hard to analyze any aspect of the game of football or any sport based off of a 2-year period.
Yeah.
But like what we just have been talking about with the success that he's had and with the change, with the offensive coordinator, the Lions' offense is much better than we've seen over the last several years.
Uh-huh.
So that would, indicate to me that, that pressure can be taken. You don't have to worry so much about it, even though he's the head coach, and you can focus a little more defensively. But it hasn't, played out like that. So I'm a little skeptical to see what's going to happen. I wish also that Martha Ford would do something else financially that adds a little bit. I know we've been talking about that for years, but
yeah.
And that that could also have been a factor for the Lions head coaches for years, but he's the one making the decisions when it comes down to the team and what happens, or at least the majority of it. He's the one that's there all the time, and it falls back on him. So with Caldwell getting us into the playoffs in 2 of his 4 years, and people, being unhappy with the 9-7 record, well, the Lions aren't going to get to that in the first 2 years here with Patricia. And not only that, but they're also going backwards.
Yeah.
So I feel like, give him one more year here, let everybody get healthy.
Yeah.
I know that's something that it can change immediately again at the beginning of the season next year. But, one more year here, see what happens. Have a whole year under, with your coordinators and your staff. And if nothing changes, especially if the record is similar, I think it's time for him to go after being so disappointed with Caldwell, who had started to get quite a bit of success with the Lions and then was bounced out for Patricia.
Yeah, I think the reaction with Caldwell is very similar to the one that I had with Lovie Smith when he was on the Bears. I felt like it was an overreaction. It was like it's still a good team, only a little bit away from getting to that next step, and then they got rid of him. They bailed on him, go with someone else, and the team takes a further step back. And so sometimes it's best to have patience with those veteran coaches. But I hear what you're saying. So let's get into this game. It starts out with Cordell Patterson getting a big kick return to midfield. We needed that after completely struggling on offense, like I mentioned earlier, the last 5 games. But the Bears were able to come down and get on the board early. They go up 7-0 right off the bat on a 10-yard touchdown pass to Allen Robinson. And Trubisky goes 4 for 4 for 31 yards and a touchdown on the first drive. So a hell of a start. And as a Bears fan, I couldn't be more excited because of the offensive woes to start the game. What did you? So the Lions allow 7 points on the opening drive, and you got David Blough starting. Did that worry you that the defense was giving up points that early?
Absolutely. I was already very concerned with Blough being our starting quarterback for this game. Not only because it was the stage it was on, or the fact that it was his first snap of his career, but being the first snap in this game, but also knowing that we're gonna have to limit the Bears, and like you said, the Bears hadn't put up any points
in
the first quarter for weeks, and to see that happen with the circumstances that we were in, and Blough also, it was also a short week for the Lions here, and against the number 2, possibly number 1 defense in the league, it had the entire formula of disaster with the drive that the Bears, the kickoff, in Lions fans was any better at all when that happened. And fortunately, it played out a little bit better. But when you have a start like that, it gives a lot of momentum to a team that really needed it, and that helps.
Absolutely. I was hoping that the Bears could build on that and keep that going all game long. They weren't really able to, and when the Lions were sitting at 3rd and 10 on their opening possession with David Blough, I was like, things are going just according to plan. Let's get this team off the field on a 3-and-out. And here goes David Blough firing a 75-yard touchdown pass to Kenny Galladay, who's wide open. Totally just runs right past Prince Amukamara and scores a 75-yard touchdown. Incredible start to David Blough's career, and that had to give you quite the thrill, that touchdown pass.
Yeah, as a Lions fan, it did, and especially that was his first completion too of his career. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't draw it up any better than that. But Mukamara, he's not a dud. That's a great corner, and Galladay has shown his strength and his growth throughout the past couple of years. So that shows me optimism for our receiving corps, knowing that we have Amendola, who might get re-signed for another year or two. We got Marvin Jones, who's a big deep threat veteran, and now Galladay, who I don't want to say it, but has shown strides of Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, that athleticism for sure. Yeah.
Right, and that his size, his ability, just he's there's only one Calvin Johnson, but also there's only one Kenny Galladay. So we'll see. It's optimistic for us in the future, but I don't see David Blough throwing too many more passes, 35-yard passes to Kenny Galladay. I definitely can tell you that.
Yeah, and I get the feeling the Bears were sitting on the quick pass, the short pass. They were trying to jump a route. And so the Lions came up with a game plan to run the double move on them a few times, and you saw it work. You saw it work to perfection a couple times, and it definitely worked on the opening drive. So it's 7-7, and I tweeted right away. I was like, defense, are you awake? Like, come on now.
How did that make you feel?
Man,
what I want to know.
I wasn't feeling it. This defense has taken a little bit of a step back this year with Vic Fangio gone and Chuck Pagano there. And, I don't have the utmost confidence in the corners. I really don't. Amukamara is solid. Kyle Fuller is solid. But I've also seen them get beat. So, was I shocked that they got scored on so quickly? Absolutely. But it happens. And, Amukamara just got beat. And I wasn't happy. And I was like, we better do a better job going forward. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game. This has been a season for the Bears of almost like what can go wrong will go wrong. And my thoughts were, hey, the offense finally moves the ball down and gets some points. And then the defense is like, oh, here you go. Let's tie this thing right back up.
Well, welcome to the life of a Lions fan.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it sometimes. So then the Bears get the ball, game tied at 7, looking to keep the offense going. And they go 3-and-out. Don't get anything going. So give the ball right back to the Lions. Bo Scarborough, former Alabama running back, 3 carries in a row and picks up a first down. This dude is underrated. I think he can be a future NFL starter if he keeps working at it. Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. There was a lot of skepticism about the fact that he, wasn't on a roster and there's a reason that he's not and blah blah blah. Well, everybody has to get their chance. Without certain things, there's a lot like Brady wouldn't be who he was without an injury.
Yeah.
And people just sometimes don't get their chance, and it's only been a year and a half for Scarborough at this point. And with the injuries that we've had now, putting 2 running backs on IR and then having 2 rookies, we had to have something come in, and nothing was really working, for us in that sense after the Johnson injury. So it was kind of just like trial and error. And with the season going the way that it was, why not? We signed Scarborough to the practice squad, then he gets promoted and starts immediately up against one of the worst defenses. So when he had his great performance, that was where the skeptical thought came out from the fans, not just from Detroit, but from the NFL, like, oh, is this, for real?
Yeah.
And then he came out against this defense, and he proved himself, like you said, and he got that chance and opportunity, and maybe this was the breakthrough that was needed, and it could be something big for him and possibly for the Lions.
Absolutely, and I think that what fans tend to do, even certain experts will tend to do it, is you look at a guy like Bo Scarborough, and he can kind of remind you, you look at him and you say, he looks oddly similar to Trent Richardson. Remember that running back out of Bama? And he didn't have much success in the NFL, and so maybe they see that, and they're like, oh, he's just another Trent Richardson, just another Bama running back. Well, for the most part, the Bama running backs have been successful, so no need to sleep on Scarborough.
No, absolutely not. And something else, he's a hard-nosed, I'm going to come at you, I don't care who you are type of runner, and that was shown in the Washington game. I believe it was Landon Collins.
Yeah.
That he just obliterated and took his helmet off, and, people see that, and that puts a thought in your head as an opponent.
Yeah. You're like,
obviously these guys are professionals, but still, you see something like that, it's in the back of your mind, like, I don't want to be the next meme.
Yeah.
and he put, in the sense, for football, like, he put Collins on a poster there.
Yeah.
Like, that was a big boy run, and, he's not going to run around you. He has burst, but he doesn't, his game isn't, I'm going to outrun you. It's, I'm just going to run through you, and he's shown that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a mean running back. He's a powerful back, runs behind his pads, and I'm a fan of his style. I hope he keeps it up. So the Bears go 3-and-out. Lions get some plays. A 19-yard pass downfield to Marvin Jones. Talking about what grinds my gears here. The Bears are supposed to be one of the best defenses in football, right? Well, this year especially, I feel like the Chicago pass rush hasn't been there quite as well as in the past. Khalil Mack, especially, his sack numbers are down. Our leading sacker is Nick Williams, who had 0 career sacks going into this year. So it's kind of a crapshoot on the defensive side of the ball. And I know it's blasphemous to question Khalil Mack or his effort, but on this play, David Blough steps up and delivers a 29-yard pass downfield to Kenny Golladay. And Khalil Mack was coming up the middle to get a sack on him and gets blocked by Lions running back J.D. McKissick. Now, I see that happen, and my thought is, how the hell is J.D. McKissick blocking Khalil Mack? Run through that dude, not around him. I mean, I looked it up. J.D. McKissick is 5'10", 195. Khalil Mack is 6'3", 250. Run through that dude, Mack. But you have to be pretty happy with McKissick's pass blocking there.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anybody that is going to give me, is going to prove to me that they are there for their team and whatnot to go up against, if you're going to take on Khalil Mack like that,
yeah,
I will take you any day, because you're going to take on anybody else at that point. And that was a great, he gave himself up, and he did what he had to do for, his team, and I'm sure it didn't feel good, but, it put his, it gave his quarterback that extra second or two that was needed for the and Galladay's route to open up, with that, I don't know if it was a delayed blitz or not, but
yeah,
he picked it up how he should have, and, that shows toughness, and it shows grit, and it shows, that your teammates love you for that kind of thing, and especially when it's up against the caliber player of Mac. Like, I don't know about that, man.
I know. My eyes are like, what's going on? I mean, you're absolutely right. If you got a running back, especially that's a little bit undersized like that, willing to put his head down and block a big time linebacker defensive end like that, that'll endear you to your teammates 100%. So then David Blough throws an 8-yard touchdown pass to a wide open Marvin Jones to put the Lions up 14-7. My beef on this play is that Prince Amukamara once again is playing a zone defense when everybody else is in man and doesn't follow Marvin Jones across the middle of the field, so it's an easy touchdown. But 14-7, and you got to be feeling pretty good with 2 drives and 2 David Blough touchdown passes.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't have drawn it up any better. Like, it was unreal what was going on, and my thought was, oh my God, with some of the things that I've seen from the Detroit fans, whether it's in the state or across the nation, my assumption was just, oh, okay, well, it's time to get rid of Stafford, and we're going to start, this is our future, and blah, blah. That was my first thought. And just with the history of how Lions fans think, like, I couldn't think anything but that. And, that's one way to think about it. I understand that. But also, this probably happens 1 out of every 100 instances where this specific, going up against that type of defense with your third stringer who's never started a game on the national stage to perform like that, you might have to, of course, they're professionals and he did what he had to do. He did his job. But also, it's a little bit, maybe that the Bears defense overlooked the fact that he was a professional and thinking, okay, well, not only do we not see Stafford, thank God, but we don't get to see Driscoll, thank God, and now it's this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's
some of these guys may not have even known who he was up until this point, to be honest. Besides the scouting report, which was like 3 days before.
That's a good point. Short week. And you got a good point. That's a natural human thing to be like, to see the depth chart and be like, oh, it's a third string quarterback making his first career start. We can take it easy this week. And to his credit, David Blough, in my opinion, looked very into the game, looked very focused. There was people around him like Coach Patricia giving him a tap on the head and guys congratulating him, and it looked to me like David Blough was very serious, very focused, wasn't getting caught up in the hype of the 2 touchdowns. So it was a good.
Yeah, he acted like he had been there before, and that's a good voice to see from somebody in that position.
Absolutely. Purdue raising them right.
Boiler up, I guess.
Now, with all the lack of success with the onside kicks, the Lions come up here and do something that I think more teams should try doing. Matt Prater, I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but if it was genius. He aims the kickoff directly at a Bears player, bounces it off of him when he's not expecting it, and they recover it for onsides. Very smart decision if that was drawn up by Matt Patricia.
Yeah, something that I don't know. Like you said, I don't know if that was intentional or not, and I wouldn't rely on that.
Yeah.
Moving forward, but with the thing is, a lot of teams, the special teams, the analytics, and the strategies have changed. And what I noticed with the Bears is that they don't take their first step forward; they go immediately back.
Yep.
So the front line, at least, I should say, and so knowing that, that their first initial move or first step or 2 are going to swing the momentum backwards, and all you need is that 10 yards. So if you have a guy that's 275, 300 pounds in the front, carrying all of his weight 1 or 2 steps backwards, and you're able to bounce it off of him maybe 4 yards in front, you've already got guys whose momentum is, all they got to do is dive, and that's a way to create an extra possession, especially in the circumstance, hey, at this point in the season, it's not going to be, we're not going to make the playoffs, we're the third string quarterback, let's take a chance here, and maybe that's why it was done, maybe it was, Prater I don't think Prater's the kind of kicker that ever happened to, but we're all human, and it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. I think, if you know that front line of that return team is thinking, I got to get back into a specific design to block, that's their only thought process. They're not expecting to get close with the ball. And, the Lions players, if they did, they already knew that was going to happen. So their mindset was, all right, I'm on attack mode here.
Yeah.
You have no time as a defender, or on the receiving side, I should say, to adjust at that point, and it worked out for him there in that sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know if maybe more teams should just focus on or look at the special teams, like you said, get a game plan from it, and it could, every possession in every sport is crucial, especially in football.
Yeah, it just adds another play where your head has to be on a swivel. You always have to be thinking about what could happen, not what you expect to happen. So, hell of a play, and 14-7, and the Lions recover the onside kick, get the ball right back. At this point, everything's going Detroit's way after that opening touchdown, but the Bears defense finally steps up, forces a 3-and-out. Back and forth, defensive struggle for a bit. Then there was a play where, tell me if you saw this, and this really frustrates me. There was a play where Trubisky throws a pass to Anthony Miller, and he fumbled the ball, but it was ruled an incomplete pass. The Lions had recovered it and would have taken over, but it was ruled an incomplete pass. But lost in all of that was Trubisky taking a hit to the head from Lions safety Tavon Wilson. You could see him throw his hands up like he wasn't trying to make contact, but he definitely does. And there was an official, the head referee, Jerome Boger, standing behind him, staring right at the quarterback. You see his head snap back, yet no flag, nothing thrown. Man, if this was Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, that guy would have been thrown out of the game. But because Trubisky no call, did you see this?
I did, and I agree with you. I think it's complete bush league. It was unacceptable. Wilson, whether he wants to throw his hands up or not, a lot of the things that people say with the targeting and whatnot with the receiver, your momentum, that's one thing.
Yeah.
He could have let up. Wilson knew, and also, I'm not going to say for sure because it could have been a mistake that looked like it looked intentional, but at the same time, you've been in that situation several times, and before even that step that ball's thrown that hey, not to let up and not to be not aggressive, but you can't. I mean, that was. I definitely think that there should have been a flag thrown. That's not something that you want to see in the sport. Like, whether it's a rivalry game or not, you got to respect your opponent. And who knows? There could have been something behind the scenes that we aren't aware of that threw some, gas in the fire there for that, or something from the previous game. Things do get chippy between division rivals, especially from an occurrence from earlier in the year, but there hasn't been any indication of that since.
Yeah.
So I just think it was something that was more of a, I hate to say it, but it was it was presumed that it was a dirty and intentional play there. And that's not something, with having Sue for so long, we don't need that anymore.
Yeah, I can understand that, and I appreciate that take. I didn't think that personally, I didn't think it was intentional, but what pissed me off is that the head referee's standing right there, and he's got one job, and that's to protect the quarterback. And then you have Aikman and Pereira and Buck going like, oh, well, maybe the referee was didn't see it, was blinded or blocked from the view. When on replay, and I'm gonna post a video up on social media here soon. You can see the official looking right at it, and I don't care about intent. I really don't, because that stuff happens in football. I care about the official being in position to get the call right and calling it right. And in my opinion, Jerome Boger dropped the ball on this one, and that's his one job on that play is to protect the quarterback. So, shit happens in the middle of a game. There's a lot goes on into a rivalry game, and if it's dirty, and that's up to the teams to figure that out and fix it. But I just want the officials to get the plays right. So Jerome Boger, you got to get that one right.
Yeah, I agree with you there. All across the board and every aspect, especially when it comes to a player's health like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the play. I don't care if it's your place kicker or your quarterback or whatever. Like that's not something that I want to see in any sport at any level.
Yeah, and that brings me to another point of where the NFL has always been like, we're very pro player safety. Well, I would like to see more evidence of that, because I've seen incidents like when Michael Bennett was on the Seahawks and stomping or shoving a player, going after a player's knees at the end of a game, and no repercussions from that, no suspension from that, nothing. I want to see more instances of the NFL actually doing what they say and being about player safety. But
right, and it'll lead to and when people see that, with us not knowing the intentions inside some of these players' heads, if they see that this player on a different Sunday on a different team across the nation, did what he did and got away with it, it's going to open the door for more people to think, I can do this as well.
Yeah.
And not have any consequences. And at some point, it's gonna end up extremely badly. And it's gonna, not that the refs need anything else, to make them to make America be upset with them, because that's a huge issue right now. But like you said, this is something needs to be done and addressed, and it's not happening up there in the office.
Yeah, it's like if you were to compare, I don't know if you saw the Packers-Panthers game in the snow at Lambeau but a couple weeks back, but if you were to compare that hit on Trubisky's head and the flag not called, to the one where Gerald McCoy hits Aaron Rodgers in the end zone and lands next to him, yet they call body weight,
Yep.
How can you compare the two? How can you say one's a flag and one's not? It makes people think that, hey, maybe there's a conspiracy. Maybe it's because it's Aaron Rodgers and he's a big name guy. It brings it to light.
It does, yeah, and that's there's other things across the game. I've already brought him up, but Brady again. He gets a lot of things happen for Brady, for Rodgers,
Breeze, guys like that, yeah.
Quarterback, yeah, and it doesn't. I don't care if you're a rookie or you're a 14-year veteran with 6 Super Bowls. You're playing the same game. You deserve the same respect and treatment that anybody else does. And when there's favoritism like that, it takes away from the game, and it's not fun for the players. It's not fun for the fans. You got to be, it's different that here depending on who you're going up against and what the name on the jersey you're lined up against says.
Absolutely, and coming from watching watching football played in the 90s, where they didn't protect the player like this, my take is this. It's very simple. Either protect or don't protect, but do it all equally. Either throw the flag when it's illegal or let them play old school physical football. But whatever you decide to do, please do it across the board, to Aaron Rodgers and to Mitch Trubisky, to Tom Brady and to Josh Allen, to everyone across the board. And you made a good point on that. So we're in agreement on that.
Be consistent. Whether it's one way or another, you're right. Yeah, be consistent. consistent about it, please.
Yep. All right. So then, still 14-7. The Bears actually get a good drive, march down the field, are right on the borderline of field goal range, and on 4th and 6, instead of allowing the kicker Eddie Pinheiro to try what would have been a 50-yarder, he decides to go for it, and the Bears don't get it. In my opinion, this is just another reason why it hurts to have a kicker that you don't trust on the roster. And that's why you guys have to be don't sleep on having a guy like Matt Prater over there who is actually reliable.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, but you guys have had some kicking troubles.
We did it to ourselves.
Okay, that's very true.
Robbie Gold was in the building.
Yeah, you're right, and looking at the future and thinking, okay, what do we need to do? Sometimes it comes back when you want to be either cheaper or you want to, take a chance and hope that it works out. And it puts you in positions like that. And yeah, against the 3-8-1, the 3-7-1 Lions, whatever the case may be, that's something that you may be able to take a chance on. But when you're in the fight for the playoffs and whatnot, or you're going up against a better team, or it's in a must absolute win or go home situation, you don't want to have that contemplation of should we put the kicking team on or bring back the offense to the fourth down.
Yeah, and then where does it end? Where do you have confidence and where do you don't? When does it come down to a 42-yard field goal attempt? And you're like, can we trust our kicker? And we ran into that last year, and hopefully we don't run into it again this year. But you never know when you're gonna run into it. So
you're right. Yeah, that's not something that I would want to cross. When it comes to that bridge, that's something you want to figure out now. And if you wait for it, maybe it works out, but. We know how that goes.
Yeah, more often than not, it doesn't. Tell me what you thought of this play. David Blough throws a pass into the end zone on 3rd and 15, and it brings out the rare double pass interference penalties call on Kenny Golladay and on Bears corner Buster Screen. What did you think of that?
I think it is crazy that the fact that I actually witnessed it for the first time. I've heard, like you said, it's very rare it happens. Not very much, but when it has, I never actually saw it occur, or whether it's a 5-second delay on the live stream or whatever.
Yeah.
When they were discussing it, and I was with my family, we were talking about it too, what do you do here? I didn't even think about the fact that they could call double pass.
I know. I was like,
they both were trying to get an advantage, and it didn't work out for either one of them.
Yeah, it was very weird. You don't see that too often, but whatever. It turns out in a 25-yard field goal for Matt Prater, and the Lions take a 10-point lead. Then the Bears get the ball and are trying to score on the final possession of the first half. And all right, tell me what you think of this. Down 38 seconds in the first half. The Bears haven't scored since their opening drive of the game. So it's been, down 10 points now. And Troy Aikman has this comment saying he believes it's 4-down territory. He believes, if the Bears get to 4th down here, go for the touchdown instead of the field goal. In my opinion, that's the absolute opposite of what I would have done. It's a chip shot field goal, easy field goal from that distance. And if you don't get it there and it's a turnover on downs, you go into the halftime and you're down 10 points when you could kick a field goal and cut it to 7. To me, that's an easy decision. I think Troy Aikman had busted out the eggnog a little early in this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. The circumstances being what they were.
Yeah.
Thinking, they came out and the first 2 drives were incredible. But, you got to know that, okay, something's going to give here, and that this is not going to just continue to be the powerhouse, all right, this third string comes in and dominates. Not saying that it couldn't,
Yeah.
But you gotta think of the odds of that there and understand that it's gonna be your offense has been disappointing at times, like you had said with the performance starting the game.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you've got the first drive and whatnot.
Not disappointing. Our offense has been absolutely almost non-existent at times. So take
there you go.
Take every point you can get.
Exactly. Especially with this, you know that it's you know that it's not going to be a shootout in this situation. Maybe if Stafford was there, it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
But not with Blough being in there. Again, not saying that it couldn't have been, but you know that most likely it's not going to happen. And so you cut it down to a one possession game. You give yourself that momentum because, like you said, if you do get stopped, now that's demoralizing to the team, and that momentum can carry into the Lions, knowing that they made that stop, and the game could have been completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Now, I'm going to throw a little take at you, and me and you are similar in that I can tell that we both like tough players on our teams that play through injury and play, to win the game. Tell me what you think of this take. People were getting on Trubisky, and so was the commentator, so was Aikman and Buck. On a 3rd and 4 to end the first half, Trubisky takes off running and has an opportunity, it looks like, to maybe either pick up the first down or get the first down or run outside, And he runs outside and only gains a yard, so it's 3rd and 3, and everyone's freaking out like, why didn't he try to get the first down here? And my only thing, hold on a second. So, anyways, I got distracted for a second, but so yeah, he's trying to pick up they want him to pick up the first down here on 3rd and 4, but he, instead of going right up the middle, he goes to the side around it, and like he doesn't want to get hit. Is kind of what it looks like, right? Now,
yeah, I agree. That was an odd play.
So I looked at who was coming, right? You had safety Tracy Walker in his face right there. And then if you look, that's who's coming over to where Trubisky is going to try to pick up the first down, is linebacker Jared Davis with a full head of steam. So he could hit he could hit Trubisky pretty hard on this play if he times it right. So everyone
that was the thing though, the vision of it, the way that he was going and compared to where Davis was when I saw the replay, I was wondering how did he just feel his presence, or did he actually
see Davis?
See that coming, and like you said, that's not somebody I want barreling down on me in that situation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So everyone's killing Trubisky for it, and even Matt Nagy is like, there was an opportunity there. My point is this: you got a quarterback who's hurt that shoulder a couple times. He's still wearing the black strap thing for his shoulder. Still wearing that sling thing. This is a guy who hurt his hip just 2 weeks ago against the Rams. So this is a banged up quarterback. I'm just telling you this. If Trubisky does do that play, if he does reach for the first down, let's say he even gets it, but he gets clobbered by Jared Davis and hurts his shoulder and is forced to miss a game or two, Aikman and Buck and all the national guys, all the national media are saying, oh, you got to know when to get down there. You got to know when to pick your battles. And so what if Trubisky decided to go around, come up short there, knowing that we're going up against a backup quarterback. It's a long game. If we get 3 points here, we're good. We make it a one-score game. 3 points isn't that much worse than 7 here. And I'm going to take care of my body. What if Trubisky thought that? Is that a good decision, or what do you think on that?
I think it is a good decision because, like you said, and a lot of these, a lot of things fall back onto the fact that, yes, the Lions are playing very depleted. They're a team that doesn't, show a strong case for being, at the beginning beginning of the year, yes, but lately, they have not performed very well. They're missing a lot of pieces.
Well,
across the board.
The minute,
the front,
the minute you don't have your franchise quarterback, that changes everything. Absolutely.
Right, and for that play, especially like you said, if it's at the end of the game and it's either get the first down or
lose. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But in that situation, knowing, okay, yes, we can still, we're not going to leave points on the field because we can take the opportunity. In that mindset, that's your he's playing quarterback in the NFL for a reason. He got there for a reason. He understands the game, and I see maybe something else that you addressed earlier was your kicking game.
Yeah.
Where anybody who did not see Jared Davis barreling in on them would think, hey, it's a little sketchy here. We can't be taking chances with our kickers.
Yep.
But again, when your head coach is because that wouldn't have, if that were Stafford and that were to happen, the outlook of it would not have been the same. People would have been like, all right, he takes a lot of, for him, he takes a lot of hits. He does take on a lot of things that I wish that he wouldn't.
Yeah.
In that situation, like if that would have happened, the Lions, it would have been understood. I feel like that tough guy mentality, it's the Bears, blah blah blah. That kind of came into play, and like when you're getting paid a guy millions of dollars, to maybe not even maybe he most likely would have got the first down, but he could have got crushed and not even gotten the first down. And now, you're definitely in a huge situation as far as where the rest of your season lies.
Absolutely. I'm looking at it as like this. We're 5-6. I'm not looking at it like beating the Lions is the Super Bowl. I'm looking at it like we have to win out. Not just this game. We have to win 4 more games. Not just Detroit to make the playoffs. It's either you make the playoffs or your season's over, right? It doesn't matter. You're going home. Yeah. So I'm looking at it, and I want to know if Trubisky's thinking the same thing. Like, yes, this game is important, but I can make a sacrifice here, stay healthy, and still have us in position to win this game. Other than if I try to get this first down, which everyone else around me thinks is so important, and I hurt my shoulder here and am forced to miss 2 games, then the season is riding on Chase Daniel instead of Trubisky. So I don't know. I don't know if he was thinking that or not, but that's just an idea. And I wish guys like Aikman and Joe Buck would think about that before railing on the dude on national TV.
Yeah, I agree. And they should know, or Aikman should know the fact that being at played the position, like there's certain things that you can't simulate in life in general. You can sit here and be a quarterback or a couch QB all you want, and then on top of that, the fact that it was, a former quarterback, addressing that, like, come on, you know better than that. You've been in that situation. The rest, nobody, there's not many people who have played quarterback in the NFL, so it doesn't matter what they say.
Yeah.
In that situation, Trubisky's seen that before. He's been in a play like that before, and probably been in a play like that where, the team, like you said, wasn't in the position to where it was do or die, and it wasn't as crucial, and probably still made the same decision, and regardless of what the outcome had to be, but especially so with the fact that, like you said, you guys have to win out. And, with the NFC being as strong as it is, that one play in that point of the game, if you go and you make that play, you don't make it, you still have a chance to, like now, still go on and make the playoffs. But you do make that play,
you get
now the entire base of Chicago is going to be looking at you like, why in the hell did you risk our season for that?
Yeah, for 4 more points. Yeah, exactly. And
get the third string quarterback.
yeah, and I don't know. I've seen it before. I saw it with RG3, where he tries to make a great play to win a game, and they're like, you got to know when to slide. You got to know when to not take a hit. They've been saying that about Lamar Jackson all year. And luckily, knock on wood, Lamar Jackson hasn't got hurt. Well, Trubisky's been hurt twice this year already. But there was no mention of that. There was no mention of his health. There was no mention of his shoulder injury that he's had 2 years in a row on similar plays. So I just wish the Hall of Fame quarterback Troy Aikman would think about that before bashing Trubisky, but it is the national narrative to bash on Trubisky, so I get it. But
I could go into depth a little bit about that. But I agree. Aikman being an all-time quarterback, like, come on, man. You know better than most in that situation what to do, and I don't care like that your head coach is gonna be upset with you because a lot of the reason that your head coach is because of the play,
yep,
the decisions of the quarterback.
Absolutely, that's a good point.
Trust him in that position, like trust. These guys aren't getting paid millions of dollars and being, their jerseys aren't getting bought by the hundreds daily for nothing. Like, they're there for a reason, and like you said, if he doesn't make that play, he gets bashed. If he doesn't make that play and gets hurt, now he gets bashed for a very, very long time, especially if the Bears don't show any improvement and miss the playoffs.
Absolutely, and as Chargers corner Quentin Jammer said in the interview, he said, availability is your best ability, and if you're not on the field, what good are you? So,
he's right, you're not.
So, Eddie Pinheiro comes through, hits a field goal, 17-10, Lions lead at halftime. At halftime, you're up 7 points with David Blough at quarterback. How are you feeling?
A lot better than I was before the game and after the first Bears drive, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I still knew that, and it felt like it was like, man, it doesn't matter the roster, whether it's at the depth chart, whether it's at quarterback or it's on the defense or whatever. Like, this game is going to be a come down and possibly get Lions fans a heart attack kind of game.
Yeah.
That's the narrative with Stafford. So with Blough being back there, it was like, it gave us confidence in the fact that we did have the lead, especially again with the circumstances and your defense being the defense that it is. But I knew that there were going to have to be some bigger plays made, and in the first half, those first two drives could have been very, very beginner's luck and coincidental, and it proved to be so because the Lions offensively in the second half did not match anywhere near what they did in the first half of that game.
Yeah, and that I think was kind of predictable that the Bears were sleeping on David Blough in the first half, thinking it was going to be easy, and he come out and torches them. And then they kind of come back to the sideline and are like, all right, guys, like we got to kind of tighten up here. Like this guy's making some throws on us. He's making us look like shit with that 75-yard touchdown. We got to, show that we are a good unit still. So it was nice, at 17-10. I was feeling still somewhat optimistic because that field goal was huge. We weathered that first half storm, and I felt like if we could calm down and execute in the second half, we'd have a decent shot. Now, it doesn't help when Trubisky on the first drive of the second half underthrows a pass to Allen Robinson and gets picked off by the great star corner Darius Slay. That dude, you throw it at Slay and you're going to get intercepted eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's not one that you want to pick on.
Yeah.
By any means, and especially consistently, because, like you said, at some point, I mean, he's a Pro Bowl corner. Like he's gonna show you why he is, and he did on that play.
Yeah, He's a hell of a corner. Do you agree? Twitter's a crazy place, but I've seen some Lion fans on Twitter saying they should call him No Play Slay instead of Big Play Slay, and talking shit about Darius Slay even to him. What do you agree? Like, what do you have to say on that? Is Slay still elite?
Absolutely. The Lions fan base is just we're in a limbo with things. We want instant gratification, and that's not something that the mindset that you should have at all in any aspect.
Yeah.
But I understand, with the history of the Lions haven't won the division since I've been alive. I'm 27 years old. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, that's, the rest of the NFL, with the exception of the AFC East and the dominance of the Patriots, I actually saw that the rest of the NFL decided, besides that division, every team has won their division at least 3 different times since the last time that the Lions did it.
Jeez.
And it was even a year before that, that they won their last playoff game. So, I've been my whole life and not seen the Lions, finish first in their division, not see them win a playoff game. I understand it, but you gotta, also Darius Slay, you can't base that off of 1 or 2 things. He's also had some injuries, problems this year, so it's not, when you see a performance that's based on a year from somebody, and then you base the rest of their career off of that, you're gonna be disappointed, and you shouldn't be. I understand you want those, you have those expectations every year. That's just it's not likely, and nor is it probable from anybody. I don't care who it is. So when you're expecting his play to be where it was, his first year, when he had to go up against any of the top 10 receivers a couple years ago, and he dominated. He was in full health. The Lions defense was in full health. The Lions, just in general, like, they had everything there. Obviously, it didn't show out at the end of the season. They made the playoffs that year, but sit here and say no play. Come on now.
I know. When I'm a Bears fan, and I saw it and was like, come on now. Like, I think that the casual fan sometimes the star corner doesn't get talked about much because they don't throw to him. Sometimes the star corner doesn't get interceptions because they don't throw that direction. He's still dominating the game, regardless of if you're calling his number or not. And I think the casual fan sometimes doesn't understand that.
Yeah, they don't. They don't look at it. They look at it as the fact that he's not making these plays. Well, there's a reason he's not making these plays. People are afraid to give him the opportunity to make those plays.
Yep.
That itself shows, and that's where, as a fan, a player or somebody who's played the game, somebody who is a true fan who knows the game like you and I do, we understand that he may not have all, these so many pass deflections in a season, or so many interceptions, or he didn't perform like this. Well, the reason he's not doing it now is because he's been doing that, and people don't want to, the last thing they want to do is be like, well, why'd you do that? Like, you do that.
Yeah.
So why throw to him? And granted, there has been some iffy situations where Slay has gotten beat, but again, it goes back to, he's had some hamstring problems this year.
That happens to anybody. Every corner gets beat. Deion Sanders has been beat. Darrell Revis, Richard Sherman. It happens.
Yeah, and then with the Lions fan base already being just on edge as they are, with one play, or 2 plays or something that they feel, oh my goodness, well, who's going to do it better?
Yeah.
Because if they replace Slay now, now you're going to be like, well, man, they're throwing all over us. Well, yeah, they weren't doing that before because Slay's presence was there.
Yep, absolutely. So I chalk that up to every fan base has their idiots. Chicago has them too. You just gotta ignore those. But so then Trubisky throws a touchdown pass to another undrafted rookie stepping up big in this game. Rookie tight end Jesper Horsted, which I'd never heard of him. I'm sure you'd never heard of him. But he makes a pretty incredible catch in the end zone, kind of pins it on his helmet, and somehow makes the catch. A big play by the undrafted rookie. What'd you think? Bears tie it up there. That was a hell of a catch.
Yeah, it was. I think the play that I felt like was questionable as far as the possession of the ball and him landing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The fact that it was in question there, but it didn't get, challenged or that it didn't get looked at, shows that he did what he had to do for his team and made the big play with being an unknown name. Obviously I didn't know who he was, especially if probably you're probably not the only Bears fan that was like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
But, you expect that though. Again, from these guys are professionals and they got to come out and do their job. And he came up big, for you guys there, and it paid off.
Well, so the Bears tie the game up at 17-all, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling, here we go. We're going to finally take the lead on the Lions, right? Nope. Undrafted rookie David Blough leads the Lions down the field. Gets them down to the red zone. And then, what in my opinion was the play of the game, on 3rd and a half a yard, David Blough throws a pass out to J.D. McKissick, who is tackled, a shoelace tackle by Kyle Fuller. He had to dive and just barely get the shoe. Otherwise, J.D. McKissick was going in for a touchdown on that play. Unbelievable effort by Kyle Fuller. That had to make you sick, that play.
Yeah, it did, because, the shoestring tackle is something that I'm going to use if it is my only and last resort.
Yeah, no one else was out there, man.
Yeah, that's and that sometimes it comes down to that, to where that's your only play as a defender, and 9 times out of 10, you end up looking like a clown on it.
Yep.
Not because necessarily that was what your intentions were, but because of the position that you were in. That was your only option.
I've seen Fuller do that dive many a times and come up absolutely empty. And he got lucky that time and got a shoelace, but I mean, I've seen it backfire. He got it that time. I don't know how.
Right, and like you said, I would think, like, man, you got a jump rope out of that with McKissick.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, there's only so much, there's only so much space and so much air that you can move your body into that the defender can't. And he timed it up perfectly. McKissick was looking like he was going to beat him to the edge for sure, like you said. And at that point, it would have been a touchdown. And it was only a 1 yard. That's 3rd and 1, yeah. And man, you're right. That could have been the play of the game, because who knows what would have happened after that.
Yeah, it would have been more pressure on the Bears offense, and like with the troubles they've had, and it's just crazy to me. This is why we love the game of football, that it's a 100-yard field, 120 yards to run around, and sometimes it comes down to that half yard or that shoelace tackle.
Right, it's a game of inches.
Yep. Matt Prater comes through and hits the 24-yard field goal, and the Lions lead by 3, 20-17, mid-4th quarter. A big sack by Trey Flowers on 3rd and 9 on Trubisky sends the Bears 3 and out. So, at that time, things are going good for the Lions. Then they punt the ball, and this is crazy to me. The Bears get a illegal guy downfield and have to start on 1st and 15. Illegal man downfield puts the ball 1st and 15 for the Bears offense on their own 5-yard line with just over 6 minutes left in the game. and Trubisky would lead the team down, all the way down for a touchdown, a 3-yard touchdown pass to rookie running back David Montgomery. The extra point is good. The Bears take a 24-20 late fourth quarter lead, and I bust out my favorite. I'm trying to get it trending. Hashtag ClutchBisky. What I mean, so you've seen Trubisky this year. You've seen a lot of them. Hasn't been that great offensively, but this was a big drive for the young quarterback.
It was, and I don't know exactly that there's one specific moment that can define your career.
Yeah.
Necessarily for anybody, but if you had to pick one for him, that drive may have been it, because if he doesn't do that,
the season's over.
It is.
Yeah.
There's already talk of how, what's the replacement going to is.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
And with that, him not being able to come through and show that clutch, late fourth quarter drive, what kind of confidence do you have in him in a playoff game like that?
Yeah.
In Detroit on Thanksgiving too, like that's it doesn't matter who you are as a quarterback. Like that's not a likely scenario where you come out on top.
Mm-hmm.
And like in any NFL stadium, but especially the fact that it's in an indoor stadium, the crowd noise is much greater. The Detroit fans are always, for some reason, there after
I know
everything. But
they're loyal as fuck. Yeah.
We are loyal, that's for sure. And it gets, I went to the Vikings game at home earlier this year. Man, it gets loud in there. You can't talk next to the person that you're sitting next to if you wanted to. And he stepped up. He could have had that in the back of his mind too, just with all the talk around the nation. And
man,
much more in the city.
I don't know how he's still doing it. Yeah, with the narratives out there and all the pressure on him, and Nagy's play calling, the Bears receivers leading the NFL in drops. It's a lot going against the young quarterback.
Yeah, he's got. There's pretty much everything's going against him, and which is, unfortunate too, because not a lot of it. It's not his fault with a lot of this stuff going on, but he's taking all the blame for it. Yeah,
that's the NFL though. Yeah.
It is, and as a business, and it shouldn't be like you would think. With us sitting here talking, we know that.
Yeah.
Make decisions with that mindset that we just talked about. Like, oh no, like, come on now, like you're really not gonna factor in, like you said, the most stress. Nagy's play calling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's been awful.
And the Bears wide receivers. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, until recently it's gotten a little bit better with guys like Anthony Miller and Javon Wims, but all those drops in key situations, no less, they're killer. And Nagy's play calling, I hate to bring up the name, but Nagy's play calling at times makes me say Trestman-esque. So it's been tough. But
I feel you on that one.
Yeah, but so as cool, it's in the NFL. There's great moments and there's heartbreak at the same time, and opportunity. And we talked about this being David Blough, a rare opportunity to start a game. Well, after this Trubisky touchdown pass, it was an opportunity for David Blough to lead the team on a game-winning drive in his first career NFL start on Thanksgiving. Talk about the narratives there. But he gave it a good shot. He gave it a run. He completed some big balls. I got a 20-yard pass to Galladay. Got a big play. How about this throw to Danny Amendola that hits him in the hands over the shoulder along the sidelines, but the sure-handed Amendola unable to catch the ball.
Man, that one was one. You gotta have that. You're a professional receiver for a reason.
Yeah.
That was a great. That was a ball that was thrown to where only Amendola can get it. Which is exactly how it should be.
Yeah.
And it's it's over the shoulder. He had to turn. That ball hit him and not one but both hands.
Yeah.
That should have been caught, and
that
also changes the dynamic of the game right there because now it's a pressure situation after that when you could have had a pick up a first down.
That was really the game right there. If he catches that ball and is out of bounds at like the 7-yard line, it gives you a much better shot. On the very next play, Roquan Smith would knife in and sack the quarterback, and then you're looking at a 4th and 22. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to narrow it down to one play. You can't because there's several things that could have occurred earlier that would have where that play wasn't even necessary. But at that point, again, you're in the league. You're in that position for a reason. That play has to be made.
Yep. Yeah, and that's oftentimes what it comes down to is those plays late in the game. So the final play, tries to heave it up. He's got pressure in his face, and Eddie Jackson snags the interception. So the Bears are able to get the win on Thanksgiving, 24-20. Big win for Chicago as they put themselves in a situation with 6 losses where, sitting at 4-6, they were pretty much out of it. 2 wins in a row has them at 6-6. And a big game coming up against the Cowboys. Really at a spot right now where they can't lose anymore. So, talking about your Lions defense, Trubisky throws for 338 yards. A little stat on that. This is the first time all season that Mitch Trubisky's thrown for 300 passing yards.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Also, I'm pretty sure something that I saw, the 2 games against the Lions, he had 6 touchdowns, and the other 9 games that he's played, he has 7.
Wow. Jeez.
Or maybe 8, something like that. That's not, I don't know, man.
That's going to piss off the fan base.
Absolutely, and especially with all the talk of Trubisky's not the future for Chicago, all this and that. Well, the Lions sure did make him look like the golden boy because, man, if you guys play the Lions every week, you guys be Super Bowl champs.
Well, how do you fix that? Is that on Patricia or is that on personnel? Is it on injuries?
I think it's somewhat to both, but the first time, that when we faced you guys in Chicago, we're not depleted now. Defensively, we had Diggs the first time too, and it just, I don't know. To be honest, I wish I did because I would be headed to Detroit right now with some things, but I think it falls back on there's miscommunication, there's trust that isn't given both from the sideline and to the sideline, and which, I don't know exactly the statistics as far as quarterback. When I was at the Vikings, we gave up 540 yards. You're not going to win any games like that.
Mm-hmm.
But with us, I think that it has to be, there's something missing, whether it's communication from one side or the other, or both, or the lack of trust or confidence within, whether it's your play calling, your players, your personnel, like you said, your packages. I don't know. Something has to be done there because you can't be giving up. When a quarterback does so poorly against the rest of the league and then comes out and shines like that against you, that needs to open up your eyes immediately. And it doesn't, it's not like it seems like the Lions are, or whatever is occurring by week to week, that it's not a big deal or a factor, and that's disappointing as a fan.
Yeah, and sometimes getting pissed off is a good thing because it wakes you up to what's going on. It wakes you up to the issues on the team. And like you said, I feel for you guys because you said it. They haven't won a division championship in so long. And you've got a franchise quarterback now, and franchise quarterbacks don't grow on trees. I know he's hurt this year, but whatever it is, the offense, you said it earlier, the offense isn't the issue. You've got Matthew Stafford. You've got Kerryon Johnson. You've got Kenny Galladay. Now you've got T.J. Hawkinson. Matt Patricia is the head coach, and he's a defensive-first guy. It's up to him. It all falls on him. He's got to fix that defense sooner than later.
Absolutely, and that's, we had some key additions with Coleman in the secondary, our Flowers on our line, but the biggest thing right now, the biggest issue is our pass rush. We're giving quarterbacks too much time, and on any level, giving a quarterback in a lot of amount of time is going to burn you, and especially in the NFL, they don't need much time and at all, and you're giving them double almost on several plays, possessions, and it's, there's no quarterback hits, there's no pressures, there's no anything, there's no disrupting the flow or the what the offense wants to do, and they're doing pretty much anything that they want to, and that's why the Lions are, have a lot of losses this year.
Yeah, and injuries are part of it, especially on the offensive side. I think losing Kerryon Johnson and Stafford for the season were backbreaker, were killers. You can't win without your star quarterback and star running back. So get them back for next year. If you're gonna keep Matt Patricia, he's got to fix the defense. That's got to be his number one goal. And we'll see what decisions they make. I wouldn't surprise me if there was a new defensive coordinator in next year, and wouldn't surprise me if there was some major roster moves on the defensive side of the football as well.
Yeah, I agree. That and the big thing with Diggs is maybe that there's something that we don't see, and obviously it's always like that for anywhere. But I'm hoping that the fact that they let go of Diggs and letting go of Tate last year, which opened up the potential for the cap for the next several years. They need, and they went out and got Coleman, they went out and got Flowers, but their salary cap is still pretty high for the next, couple seasons. So they need to, one, take advantage of that, and two, like you said, use it on the defense, because if, they don't make yes, of course, you want to do well in the draft, but the draft this next year isn't going to have an overall major impact on next season as opposed to what you can do in free agency. And if they don't do anything in free agency, I think now that the fan base already isn't upset and whatnot, but it's going to be hell if something major doesn't occur during the offseason.
Yeah, and that's why it's good for guys like you to come on the podcast and let your feelings be known and vent, because it's unacceptable to continue to keep doing the same things and struggle. And I wouldn't blame Lion fans one bit for being pissed off and be tired of the same shit every year. It's a similar thing in Dallas. The same shit every year. They can't get over the hump. The Bears 6-6, taking on the Cowboys a week from Thursday. We're a week from yesterday, a week from Thanksgiving. They'll be playing the Cowboys at home on Thursday Night Football. A must-win for both teams. I can't wait. We gotta win to get to 7-6, and then we'll have 10 days to get ready for a game at Lambeau. So it's a must-win. I hope the Bears show up for that one. It's going to be a great game. The Lions dropped to 3-8-1. The best thing they can do is play spoiler, but come on, guys. Play spoiler. Beat the hell out of the Vikings for me next week.
Hey, well, why not? It's we don't have anything else to do at this point, so and we've been on the wrong end of spoilers from all the teams in the division. So yeah, to go out there and to put it to the Vikings and disrupt their ultimate goal, which obviously everybody's is to be Super Bowl champs. It'd be a great feeling. It'd be something positive. And not that plays into the following year necessarily or anything, but it does give you an outlook that these guys are still coming out here. They're still, regardless of the record, they're out here playing, with heart on the road against the division opponent. because they could go out there and they could just lay down.
Mm-hmm.
Or they could go out there and prove to this fan base who's been very loyal and who deserves to see that kind of play from the Lions, even at 3-8-1.
Absolutely, and it always feels good to beat a division rival. So go beat the Vikings, get the bad taste out of your mouth, beat the Vikings, and in the meantime, keep your eye on player development. Check out David Blough, how he's doing, see what he's got in the tank, the rest of the year. And Bo Scarborough, who I'm a fan of, and maybe he can work his way onto the Lions roster for next year. He's a good running back.
Yeah, he's out here. He's proven himself. If he keeps doing what he's been doing, there's no reason that he shouldn't be on the Lions just the roster, I guess, in general for next season if it doesn't work out with the Lions. But with our running back woes, so long, it'd be nice to have a guy like that who, like you said, referring back to the Collins thing, like, man, that was a big moment right there for what could put his future in the NFL on a very high level or much more attention, I should say, from that. And hopefully, like you said, he's shown that he's improved himself. Maybe it'll turn out to next year where it works out for him and for us, and he can be on the Lions roster, for several years ahead.
Absolutely. Well, good shit as always, Bret. It was good having you on. Good to talk about a hell of a game on Thanksgiving. And, hopefully things turn around for your Lions, but it was a hell of a game regardless. And but good to have you on the show. Good to talk some NFC North football. It's always great football.
Yeah, thanks for having me again, man. And hopefully something can happen. We want the division to be as competitive as possible, even though we would love to see our rivals, go winless. But that's, no fun at times. So, hopefully it can get back to being competitive. Like the last couple of years, the NFC North was looked at as the best, one of the best. Now not so much. But yeah, we can pick it up if you guys can turn it around and maybe get that playoff jump, and it'll give a little more boost to the Lions too. Like, hey, we got to step it up here because the rest of our division's out here making the playoffs and doing what they got to do, and we're not doing anything.
Yeah, we'll see if they can turn it around, and hopefully the sooner the better. And in the meantime, I'm going to work my ass off trying to get, a Herman Moore interview on this podcast, or maybe a Dre Blough or something.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, that Dre Blough, that Herman Moore, oh man, that would be names that Lions fans ears peek up when they hear. That'd be one for the books right there.
I'll work on it, and I'll keep you in tune if I get them, so you can come on and do it with me. So, thanks for coming on. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Stay tuned as we keep these episodes coming out weekly. Thanks for the support, and have a great week, guys. Peace out.